Hey everyone, welcome back. So this is our day 41 and today we're gonna solve a problem which is related to consecutive duplicates. So basically what we understood from this problem, let's see. Okay, so basically we have given an array and we need to determine if there are any consecutive duplicate element in it or not. Let's understand what are consecutive element first. So consecutive duplicates are basically duplicates which occur one after another in an array. Okay, so we will see them, but let's go ahead and see what else we need to figure out. So if there are consecutive duplicates, so our function will return true, otherwise it should return false. So this is what we need to do. Now let's see our input and we will also see our output. So this is our test case. So one test case is there, then 4 is basically the length of our array. So we have 4 elements in our array, and now you can see we have 1. After this we have consecutive element 2, then we have another consecutive element 3, and after that we are expecting 4, right? So instead of 4 we are having the previous consecutive element, that is 3 itself. So our duplicate exists here. So if this is the scene, then we will return true. And if let's say for the input 2, right? So we have one test case, 2 elements, so we have 2 elements. So we have first element 1, second consecutive element is 2, then 3 should be there, or duplicate of 2 should be there, but there is nothing. We have only two consecutive elements. So in this scenario there is no duplicate, so we are returning false. Okay, I hope the explanation was super clear. Now let's see how we gonna approach the solution for this problem. Okay, so what we will do, we will first initialize a loop and we will iterate through the array. Okay, then we will compare each element with its neighbor to check for the duplicates. Okay, now if duplicates are found, then we will return true, and if the loops completes without finding any duplicate, we will return false. And that's what we understood here, right? Now let's quickly write a code for this. Okay, so we have wrote this code and let's see what's going on here, right? So we have created this hasDups function. So it represents has duplicate. Okay, so we are passing this a, which is given over here. So this array we are passing to our function. Then we are finding its length, so it is length of a. So basically as per this question, the length is already given, so you can take that as well from the user, but we are using our approach, right, to find the length, so it will be in your practice, right? So let's go ahead. So we are using a for loop which is ranging from I to the range n-1. Now we are checking if our current element is equals to our next element. Then so basically this means that, let's say our current element is 1, we are comparing it with 2. So is our 1 equals to true? No, right? So if that is the case, then we will check next element. Okay, so let's say come till here 3. Okay, now it is comparing 3 with 3. Now in this case, if this condition met, so then we will return true. Okay, now let's say this is the case 1 and 2. So we will check 1 with 2 doesn't match, then 2 with empty element doesn't match, right? So now our loop will end, and in that scenario we will return false by default. So this is what we are doing here. So let's run this and see if it is working fine or not. Okay, so we are getting true. Okay, now let's give it our, so let's remove these two values from here. And now it should return false, right? So let's run this and it is returning false. So our program is working perfectly fine. So let's see what optimization we can make over here. Okay, so what I'm thinking is currently we are ranging from I to the last element, okay, and which we are finding over here. So instead of ranging to the last element, what we can do, we can directly make it for each loop. Means we can directly use this a here. So whatever, so it will iterate through element by element instead of indexes. Okay, and instead of finding this and we can store the previous element here. Okay, initially none will be stored in the previous. Now if we use previous here, okay, so what we can do, we can compare a current element with the previous element, and then if it matches, then we will return true. And if it doesn't matches, then what we will do, we will assign current number to the previous, and then we will return false. Okay, so let's write our optimizer approach so it will be super clear to you. Okay, so we have wrote our optimize approach here. So what we are doing, as I said, we have first initialized this variable previous, we are storing none here, then we are iterating from I to the length of the so we are picking each element from A one by one, and then we are comparing it with previous if they are equal. So if they are equal, then we are returning true. If they are not equal, then what we are doing, we are storing current element in our previous element, and if none of the case matches, then we are returning false. Okay, so I hope you get the understanding. So let's run this, and for this scenario it should return true. So it is returning false. Why? Let's run this again now. Maybe indentation issues. Yeah, now it is returning true. Okay, now let's remove these two duplicates, and now it should return false. So it is returning false. Okay, so what we did, basically we read the problem, we understood the problem, we write our understanding here, then we wrote our approach to solve this problem, then we write our code, then we realize that we can improve it more, so we wrote our optimized approach, and then we get the same results as our normal approach, but this code is bit faster than the previous one. So I hope you found this video helpful. So if you have any kind of questions or suggestions, then feel free to leave them in comments below. Do not forget to like, comment and subscribe for more Python programming content. See you in the next video.